Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to a top 5 week. Yes, we're going to have a top 5 week, a top 5 video every day, and we're going to stick to the same subject. So today we are going to look at the top 5 tank destroyers in the game. Then tomorrow it will be mediums or heavies and light tanks, etc. Now I'm trying to do it so it's not completely overpowered tanks, and I'm trying to do it so it is all different tiers. Otherwise it will be boring if it's like 5 tier 9s or 5 tier 10s. So the first one we're going to look at is the Panzer IV. This is a German tier 6 tank destroyer. It's been buffed, it's been nerfed, it's been buffed and nerfed. It's just been absolutely changed throughout the years, and at the moment it has crazy DPM, very good DPM. It used to have a lot more, but it did get nerfed, but it's still a very good tier 6, one of the best in my opinion TDs in tier 6. Moving on to tier 7, we have gone for the Hellsing. Now the Hellsing has lost its reputation since the Annihilator. Obviously when this tank come into the game, it was very much overpowered. Now since the new edition of the Annihilator got into the game, it's not really been talked about because this is a double shot sort of shotgun, and the Annihilator obviously has 3 shots. So it's still a very good tank, and again in my opinion it is still one of the best tier 7 tank destroyers in the game. What I love about it is, of course, it does have that double shot, but unlike the Annihilator, it is the dispersion is separate. So once you fire your gun, the dispersion it changes, and it's sort of, you have to really aim in. To get distant shots is very difficult. Yes, you have to be sort of close to your enemy to get both shots in, and you do have the chance of, because of the dispersion, you do have not a high chance, but a higher chance of getting 2 kills per shot, sort of, so 1 kill per shot. So you shoot, and it all depends obviously on the hit points. It's unlikely, but it has happened where you shoot once and you kill 2 enemies because of that dispersion. You shoot once and the second shell goes elsewhere, and sometimes, you know, it can hit a different enemy, but I still think this is still one of the best TDs in tier 7. And also what I love about it is you don't really play it as a tank destroyer. You play it kind of just like a medium. It has the speed, it does have a little bit of armor, troll armor in certain places, but not the best of armor profiles, but it's still one of the best TDs in tier 7. So that then brings us to tier 8. So we're moving up the tier, and this next tank is still amazing. Again, not really spoke about much, doesn't get really sold that often, and it is the WZ-121 GFT. When this tank first came out into the game, it was pretty OP. No one knew how to deal with it. It has good DPM, it has good speed, it's low to the ground, it has very troll armor. It's still OP in my opinion, but it's not really seen as much as it was. Wargaming rarely sell this tank. They very rarely sell it, and when they do sell it, it's either in crates or it's in for money. I don't think they've ever sold this tank for gold, and that's because they know it is sort of a little bit overpowered. But you know, I paid for about £48 for mine. It's like back in the day it was really expensive, and it still is, but it has almost everything. It's such a great tank, it really is. It's quick, it has that the really good DPM as well, and of course the armor profile is very troll. If you're just sitting there staring in one position, not moving your tracks backwards and forwards or side to side, then yeah, you can sort of easily get penned. But if you're wiggling, then it's a very difficult pen, and I still love playing this tank. I used to play in sort of tournaments, rating battles, and all that. But now it is one of my go-to tanks in tier 8. And then when you can get shots off like this, it's very satisfying indeed. A nice full hit point ammo rack there. That poor guy didn't know what was coming. So it's definitely, again, there are other tanks, maybe the ISU 152 you could add in instead of this being a tech tree and this being a premium. I could have added the ISU 152, and of course I could have added things like the Scorpion, but the Scorpion's a very difficult tank to play, where this is a little bit easier to play. It's an all-round tank, you don't have to sit at the back. So overall I do think this is one of the best TDs in tier 8. That brings me to tier 9. Of course, it is no other than the Waffenträger. The Waffle, it's one of the best TDs in the game, in fact, not just in tier 9. It's a beautiful tank. It really performs well. And the Waffle was one of I used to have replays sent all the time, and I don't think I've had any higher replay sent than this tank here. I used to get the most from this tank, and every single day I used to get a replay from this tank, and it got to the point where I just stopped showing these. And the grill, of course, the grill I got quite a lot of replays for as well, so I just stopped pretty much showing them. And lately they have gone down. I don't really get that many Waffle replays anymore. I do get a few grills, but waffles I don't really get as much. Now, bear in mind, each one of these battles is myself. I'm playing this, and I didn't want to go out there and get amazing footage. I literally just wanted to, all these tanks I just took out for one battle. And as you can see, the first battle is sort of, it was 2k or something like that. Second battle 3k. This is 3k, and I think the other battle was a 3k as well. I literally just took the tanks out, had a quick game in them just to see how they perform, and sort of we're averaging 3k in these TDs, nice and easy. So yeah, the Waffle, if you haven't grinded the Waffle, go grind it, because it is amazing. It is one of the best TDs in the game. Now, one thing I do recommend is don't rush the grind. I mean, don't worry about the grill so much. The grill is a good tank. The grill is a very good tank, in my opinion. A lot of people don't like the grill, but I absolutely love the grill. But don't rush it up. Don't rush, because you will be disappointed, because I don't think the grill is as good as the Waffle. So when you do start playing the grill, you're like, okay, it's not as good. But yeah, the Waffle, in my opinion, not only the best TD in tier 9, it is probably the best TD in the entire game. Moving up to tier 10. Now, this was a very difficult decision, because there are loads of tier 10 tank destroyers that are awesome, absolutely awesome. You have the Hori, you have the Foch, you have the grill, of course. You have quite a few TDs in tier 10, but I've still gone for the T110 E3. For me, this is the ultimate TD. You don't really play it as a TD, you play it as a heavy. It's quite quick now for what it is. It used to be one of the worst tanks in the game, not just TDs, it used to be one of the worst tanks in the entire game. Wargaming buffed the speed, they gave it the speed boost as well, and because of that, it can go really quick whilst using that speed boost. I mean, you can get, what, 40-45 kilometers an hour in this kind of TD with the armor profile that it's got. Is absolutely amazing. Of course, the armor profile is also what makes this tank. The hatch is very strong on top. The bottom plate, as you can see, we're looking at the E4 there. The bottom plate is kind of the same on the E3, but the E4's hatch is much weaker than that on the E3. So the E4 also doesn't have the speed boost. Of course, it has the turret, so you can turn your turret, whereas the E3 you can't. But overall, I have gone for this tank because it's probably the easiest. I don't think it's my most enjoyable TD. I love the Foch. The Foch is great fun, and I love the grill, and of course the Hori and the Object 263. I love all these tanks. But as for strongest and outright one of the best, I honestly think the E3 is up there, if not one of the best in the game. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you agree with any of these tier for tier? Obviously, we are gone for sort of tier 6, tier 7, tier 8, tier 9, tier 10, etc. Instead, we could have actually, if I was just sticking to one tier, I think 3 or 4 of these would just be tier 10. So I wanted to, you know, change it up a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Tomorrow, of course, we'll have another top 5. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed it. Get subscribing. I'm Meadsy. I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.